What do you want?
Cereal.
Hey! You just told me you were potty trained.
So how is it? You look a little out of your depth.
I found her playing in the street.
Get in here!
You're not fit to be a parent.
She either goes to live with her grandparents in Providence or she goes into foster care.
I don't have anyone else.
Can't just take off for a road trip for several weeks. Ask someone else.
The new movie, Daruma, is making history. It's the first film to star two leads with disabilities in a movie, not overcoming disability. It's a film that has been 17 years in the making. Joining us to talk about it are a couple of the stars that you just saw in that clip, Tobias Forrest and John W. Lawson, who've already won awards for their performances in this film. Guys, welcome. Nice to have you here, both of you, with us. Talk to me about this 17-year in the making project. How does it take so long to make this?
Well, this was really the brainchild of Kelly McNeil Yellen, who is the writer and producer of this. And she had a family experience with disability that really illuminated that world of inclusion and also that it wasn't in entertainment. And so she sought out to create this film, Daruma, about two guys that happen to have disabilities, but it's not about disability.
Yeah.
It's just about friendship and family and learning and love and fatherhood.
Yeah.
And so that experience took a long time just to get it into the works. And then her commitment to inclusive and authentic casting was another reason that it just took longer.
Yeah.
But John and I were able to come on for the proof of concept a few years ago. And thanks to John, I'm here today. It was his audition, and he brought me into the fold. So we're here 17 years after Kelly came up with this idea.
Yeah, so John, you know, we were talking before we went on the air, like, two other people could be in this movie and replace it. It wouldn't change the story one bit. And I guess for people in wheelchairs or with disabilities, that's a beautiful thing, isn't it? To be not judged by one of your disabilities, but by the person that you are, or the character that you're playing.
And that's exactly what it's about, because these two characters are on an emotional and a physical journey to transport this little girl across country. And Toby's character can't raise the little girl because he's in a wheelchair. It's because he doesn't have a good lifestyle. And you could actually replace the two characters with two able-bodied actors, and the story would be the same. So that's the thing about the film. It's so well written that the film has a heart that anyone can relate to. And I like to say it's a rescue story and it's a survival story, and that makes good drama, but you're going to laugh some along the way, too.
Yeah, so how did you even get involved in this, Toby?
Well, it was John's audition.
Yeah, but I mean...
And like, I help him read for auditions, and he said, you should audition too. I said, I don't know any of the words. He said, just keep doing it, do it, and he taped it to his forehead, and I did the audition.
I said, just read the opposite of the lines, so, and literally I did sort of hold the lines up, and he read. So.
We both ended up getting the role. I was hesitant because I am a quadriplegic. This was sort of written for a paraplegic, but Kelly and her husband, the director, Alex, were committed to saying, Toby, we think that you can bring the emotions needed. We don't care about the physicality. We'll go around, we'll figure all that. We don't care about showing disability in this film. We want to show the heart of the character, and we think you can do that. And thanks to John, we were able to sort of do that together. Yeah.
I think you two should start some sort of comedy act. Just hanging around with you guys for the last 10 minutes or so. You're pretty hilarious. Talk to me a little bit about the actual making of this film. You know, there must have been some physical adjustments that needed to be made in the way that films are sometimes normally made, I guess.
Well, not really. And that's the whole thing is, you know, most time, just like on the set here, you know, the cameras are on wheels. And so sets, whether for a film or television, have ramps so they can get the cameras into spots that they need to. And it was sort of the same thing with us. There wasn't a lot of special arrangements that had to be made. And I I'm a pilot. I fly airplanes without any special adaptations. I am a scuba diving instructor, and I don't make special adaptations. So it's part of learning the process that don't expect the world to adapt to you or learn to adapt yourself to the world. And that's the same thing with filmmaking.
Yeah, I guess that's the moral of the story, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is that the sky's the limit when it comes to any kind of person.
Well, we actually believe in what's called the social model of disability, where it's the society that puts barriers in place that keep people with disabilities from being equal and having same opportunities.
Yeah.
And the film industry, I've been advocating for people with disabilities for over 30 years now, in film and television, in front of and behind the camera. And it's the misunderstanding or the lack of education about what it takes to do something with a disability. And Daruma and the producer and the writer, director, showed that, you know, it didn't cost more. Like Toby and I say, we saved them money. They didn't have to green screen my hooks.
And I brought my own wheelchair.
He brought his own wheelchair, so we saved the production
money. One thing that they've done is most of Hollywood would have said, let's spend a lot of money to digitally disable people, right? Because we need them to play these characters. But what Kelly and Alex have done is say, no, we're going to take actually very little money and authentically cast characters in just a real story and not focus on the disability, and proved that you really don't need to throw a bunch of money at that and focus on that in order to tell a great story that relates to everybody.
Yeah, well, there's a special screening of Daruma that will be tonight at the Wayfarer Theater in Highland Park. The movie's going to run there through November 21st. It's also available on demand. You can get more at their website and socials that we've got up on the screens. Toby and John, thank you guys very much for coming in. We really appreciate it.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks very much. All right.